Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm a civil engineer here at M&M Engineering. Behind every successful production process in our factory come quality materials, skilled employees, and reliable equipment. Specifically, rebar and pre-stressing cable from Benny's, which are the building blocks of our products.
Not all rebar and steel are created equal. At Benny's, quality is savings because building with trusted materials means building stronger, safer, and longer.
Through Benny's Enterprises and Banquet, M&M Engineering has access to the highest quality products and heavy-duty machinery that help us improve efficiency, maintain productivity, and provide the most reliable solutions to our clients.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
In headlines for tonight's newscast, teenage girl found dead after jumping into river to escape bees. Richie Galvez says Mayor Kowich is disconnected from the youth of Belmopan. Magistrate Court of Belize launches its website, and Miss Earth delegates distribute tote bags throughout Belmopan's Market Plaza. These stories and more up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Friday, August 7th. I'm LJ Wade. A young girl who disappeared into the Belize River while attempting to escape a swarm of bees has been found dead. The teen was located approximately 3 hours after she entered the river near the Whitfield community area, shortly after the Haulover Bridge in Belize City. According to reports, the girl had been walking with her father and their small dogs when they were attacked by a swarm of bees. In an attempt to escape, she reportedly entered the river but did not resurface. The Belize Coast Guard and members of the public joined the search for the child. Her body was later recovered from the river, and the circumstances surrounding her death remain under investigation. 3 male minors have been charged in connection with the murder of 18-year-old Ewart Josiah Hernandez Jr., who was fatally shot in Belize City earlier this week. Hernandez, a resident of Lords Bank, was killed shortly after 1 p.m. on Monday on Vernon Street. Police say he had parked his motorcycle when 2 individuals approached him. One of the suspects allegedly pulled out a firearm and fired a single shot, striking Hernandez in the head, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say surveillance cameras in the area captured the shooting, which assisted in the investigation. Police have not established the motive for the killing and say Hernandez was not previously known to law enforcement. On Thursday, police formally arrested and charged 3 male minors, 2 17-year-olds and 1 15-year-old with the crime of murder. The case remains under investigation. UDP mayoral candidate Isidore Richie Galvez has responded to comments made by Belmopan Mayor Pablo Kowich regarding the upcoming mayoral race. Earlier this week, Mayor Kawich was asked about his challenger and expressed confidence that Galvez would not unseat him, citing what he described as Galvez's lack of experience. Today, we caught up with Galvez and asked him to respond to the mayor's assessment of his candidacy.
Belmopan raised me to be humble, to be professional, diplomatic, and express humility at times, in these situations, and I said from the get-go, I'm not into the back and forth, I'm not into the personal attacks, I'm more focused on the solutions we need to the problems and issues we have here in Belmopan, practical solutions to the challenges that we endure here in our city, youth empowerment, the better relationship with the business community, and just putting Belmopan on a different level. So yes, if you want to say it, I am inexperienced when it comes to old politics, but I'm experienced when it comes to new politics.
No, he also said that he believes most of your support comes out of Belmopan. Your response to that as well?
It proves that the mayor is somewhat disconnected, because now how are you going to say that the over 100 youths that have registered so far in just a short period of time are from outside of Belmopan? That means you don't know your youngsters. I don't know who's advising him, but that's not my problem. I'm focusing on what we're doing here. And yes, indeed, I do have a big popularity when it comes to the villages of Roaring Creek and Commonwealth. Why? Because when I started my community services and projects in Belmopan decades and years ago, they had asked for help, and I asked somebody if I could help you, I help you. I'm okay if you could vote for me or not, it's from the heart. It's kind of sad to see dismiss the young people of Belmopan, and I will be honest, ever since that interview that the mayor did, he has galvanized the young people, ignite them, spark them, and the list just to grow now. So I think I should say thank you, Mayor.
We also asked Galvez for an update on his councillor slate. So far, Galvez is the only known name running under the UDP's banner in Belmopan. Galvez says that the slate is close to being announced, but they are focusing on registering new voters first.
The slate will be dropped very shortly. I don't want to give a timeline. The slate is cemented. We're set, we're ready. We're just going on timing. Right now, like I mentioned earlier, we're mainly focused on the new registration, and then we'll be going into the second phase where we'll be announcing the slate and also hitting the grounds in Belmopan, going house to house, going family to family. I think right now is a great time for young people to, like I said, ignite, to wake up and to take advantage of this opportunity we have right now. Young people know what I'm about. I represent them from day one, so it's nothing new. They have a relationship and a bond with me, and I think that plays a huge role in what's happening right now.
We'll take our first break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm a civil engineer here at M&M Engineering. Behind every successful production process in our factory come quality materials, skilled employees, and reliable equipment. Specifically, rebar and pre-stressing cable from Benny's, which are the building blocks of our products.
Not all rebar and steel are created equal. At Benny's, quality is savings, because building with trusted materials means building stronger, safer, and longer.
Through Benny's Enterprises and Banquet, M&M Engineering has access to the highest quality products and heavy-duty machinery that help us improve efficiency, maintain productivity, and provide the most reliable solutions to our clients.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows. each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
What we see on the streets today begins in the home. It begins with family. Children who grow up in a stable environment where they can play and learn safely are the building blocks of strong communities. To construct those strong communities, our country needs real men. A lot of youth growing up don't understand what that is. Real men are providers and protectors. Real men are responsible and hardworking. Real men spend quality time with their families and raise strong children with values. They teach their children honesty and integrity, discipline and commitment, love of country, accountability for their actions, right and wrong. Real men run things. Aspire to be a real man today, because gang life isn't it. Gang life is no life.
A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, and the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Welcome back. 36-year-old Harmonville resident Nigel Crawford is behind bars tonight on sexual assault charges against an 11-year-old minor. The matter came before the magistrate's court earlier today, where Crawford, who appeared unrepresented, pleaded not guilty. He was denied bail and remanded to the Belize Central Prison. The case stems from an incident reported to police on July 13th, and according to reports, the minor told investigators that sometime around 10 a.m., while her grandmother was asleep on a couch, a man known to her who was staying at the house invited her to watch television with him. After several minutes of watching TV, the minor attempted to leave the room. The man then closed the door, threw her onto the bed, removed her clothing, and touched her inappropriately. She further reported that the man covered her mouth with a t-shirt and held both of her hands. The child stated that it was only when her grandmother called out her name, the man released her. Police say that after a wanted poster was issued for the suspect, Crawford turned himself in on July 20th. He's due back in court in September. And speaking of the Magistrates Court, today Belize's Magistrates Court launched its official website, introducing a new digital platform aimed at making the justice system more accessible and easier to navigate for the public. The website provides information and practical services for court users, including online filing for civil claims, requests for court orders, child maintenance matters, and other court-related services. Chief Magistrate Deborah Rogers called the website launch a major step forward in modernizing the court system.
This is a big win for the magistrate court. For quite some time, Belizeans have been asking us to have an online presence so that they don't have to battle with phone lines and calling the court to be able to access information or having to travel long distances to get the guidance that they need. And for the longest time, we haven't had a prominent presence online. We were usually just a drop-down arrow on the Attorney General's ministry website or on the senior court's website. So now we have our own platform where we're able to speak for ourselves and really meet the public halfway in helping them understand how we operate and the role that they play in the justice system when they have to interact with us. The website is mainly a resource-based website. We have updated several of our application forms. Persons who would have interacted with the court before know that several of our application forms came in a half sheet with very vague information. It required the name of the plaintiff, the respondent, their contact information, and you had about a 2-inch space to explain your entire claim. And so we appreciated that that did not help the public when they came for assistance to the court. We now have separate application forms for landlord and tenant matters, small claims. We have updated our general application form. We also have a frequently asked section. What is bail? What is a summons? What do I do when I get summoned to the court? Where do I go? If I can't appear for the court date, how do I ask for an adjournment? I don't want to have to travel to Belize City or to Cayo. Can I get a virtual hearing? How do you do those things? So this website is meant to be a tool to assist the public on how to operate when they come to the magistrate court, to have information so that they know exactly what to ask for and get the exact services that they need. One of our biggest criticisms in the magistracy is that we didn't explain things enough to people. And unfortunately, our magistrates and our clerks of court have a high degree of workload. Our dockets are 50 to 100 people a day. The magistrate court is a high traffic institution. So to meet that need and to give access to that information, we thought that a website would have been the best and most accessible platform. Yes, our staff is still going to be there to be able to assist those who don't have access to internet services or who don't have a computer or printer at home. But for now, we believe that this is a significant step in meeting that demand.
The initiative is the result of a collaboration between the government of Belize, the magistracy, and the United Nations Development Program, the EU, and the PACE Justice Project. Officials say the new platform is expected to improve access to information and streamline the experience for thousands of Belizeans who interact with the magistrates' court each year. While the new website is officially open to the public, Chief Magistrate Rogers says that it is not to be used as a tool to replace your attorneys.
The website does not replace your attorney's advice. We still encourage you to seek that advice if you're able to. But what it does is give citizens and litigants the basic know-how on how to operate with the court, not to rely on rumors. So if you go before any magistrate, but the website said X, Y, and Z, please remember, every case before a magistrate court stands on its own pillars. No two cases are the same, despite how similar they are. So it's meant to be a guide, not meant to be a substitute.
The new website can be accessed at www.magistracy.gov.bz. More than 200 teachers from across Belize gathered at the University of Belize's gymnasium on Friday for an early childhood education workshop focused on supporting children with special needs in inclusive learning environments. The workshop, held under the theme Children with Special Needs in an Inclusive Environment, brought together educators to strengthen their knowledge and equip them with practical strategies for creating more inclusive classrooms. The session was organized in collaboration between the Ministry of Education, the University of Belize, Campbell University, and former Mayor Sharon Palacio. The workshop featured discussions on best practices for meeting the diverse needs of students with disabilities and other learning challenges.
I've seen a lot of children call it special needs, that a lot of times they're left out because we don't have the expertise. And sometimes when I go around the schools in the entire country, children with special needs, a lot of time you see them wandering around the campus, around the compound. But you do have a few schools that they're doing a wonderful job. But for me, I always believe in inclusivity, and we need to work with everyone because we have different people learn. Sometimes we have slow learners at their own pace. And while I was studying in Cuba, special education was so elevated. So I came with that background, and I was fortunate to meet Dr. Hunley, because I worked at the University of Belize for many years. And when they spoke about early childhood, I was like, whoa. And I became a very good friend of theirs.
So we have a full-day workshop. The teachers are getting professional development, working again through the Ministry of Education and collaborating closely with the University of Belize early childhood faculty and their deans of education. Campbellsville University is putting together the program looking at children with special needs and how as teachers can you best support their development. And then we're looking specifically at autism, which is increased rise all around the world, developmental delays, ADHD, sensory processing disorder, and how to write individual education plans for those particular children who have been identified with a special need. That's the different topics of this workshop.
Nice. So it's all about capacity building for these teachers.
Yes, absolutely. And again, in early childhood, you're working with multi-age groups, often in one class, and it's in the early development. And what all the neurological science is showing, and has for the last few years, if you can make a difference, if you can help the children in those early years, it can actually positively impact the rest of their life. It can increase their academic ability, their social, their emotional abilities, even sometimes their physical, like their speech language and their hearing development, if it's done in the early years. When you start intervention at 7 or 8 years old, it's much more difficult to make those changes permanent. So we are really, our hearts are right there with early childhood.
We'll take our last break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting, just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
In the heart of Belmopan, there's a pharmacy that cares for more than just prescriptions. Medicare Plus Pharmacy, genuine patient and community-centered care, isn't just a promise, it's what we deliver every day. From medicines and wellness products to everyday essentials for you, your home, and even your pets. We're here for your entire family. Moms and expecting mothers are welcome to nurse in our private counseling room because your comfort matters. We offer diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, and medical counseling to help keep you informed and in control of your health. We support our community through blood drives, nutrition and wellness programs, and partnerships that make healthcare more accessible for everyone. And when medical information feels overwhelming, our trained staff takes the time to explain, guide, and support you so you can confidently manage your health and improve your quality of life. Medicare Plus Pharmacy Belmopan. Genuine patient and community-centered care, always.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
This week commenced the journey to the Miss Earth Belize crown, and as part of Pageant Week activities, the delegates visited the Belmopan Market Plaza, where they distributed reusable tote bags to residents in an effort to combat the use of single-use plastics. The initiative was carried out in collaboration with several environment groups. Among them were the Department of the Environment and Oceana. We spoke to representatives from both organizations about the significance of today's events.
So this activity is very important for us because it is part of the ongoing national anti-littering campaign, which is focused on reducing the use of single-use plastics. And this is important because we want to discourage the use of single-use plastics among the public. As you know, plastic pollution is a very serious issue in Belize. So through the Department of Environment's National Anti-Littering Campaign, we want to sort of foster behavior that is more environmentally responsible, right? And hence that's why in our slogan, we chose to use our Belize, our responsibility bin it. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's our responsibility. So today we are out here distributing these tote bags that you see here. And again, it's to encourage all the shoppers coming to the market so that they can be able to use these reusable bags instead of using those plastics that ultimately will be discarded and will end up in the environment or at our landfills, which may negatively affect the environment, right? So these bags are made of a material that is very durable, and you can reuse it, allowing them to replace hundreds of single-use plastics, right? And we also partnered with several organizations. This includes Oceana, UNDP, TASA, the National Biodiversity Office, and several other key organizations which were part of this, which we actually want to thank them for collaborating with us. Yes, so they collaborated. They've been very involved in this campaign, and I think that's something very positive when we all can just come together and be part of this great initiative.
So at Oceana, we support initiatives like this that promotes more sustainable practices. And a very simple way for Belizeans to make these choices is to carry your reusable shopping bags when you go to the market, when you go to the grocery store. Year after year, we do cleanups, and plastic shopping bags are always in the top 10 items that we collect. These plastic bags, they end up in our waterways, they end up all around us, they impact wildlife, and plastic bags don't biodegrade. They break down into microplastics that end up into our oceans, they impact our wildlife again, and eventually they end up in our food chain. So a very simple, practical way for us to avoid plastic pollution is to make these everyday choices. So carry your reusable shopping bags, carry your reusable water bottles, dine in where possible, and support local vendors who are making these decisions as well with their biodegradable, environmental friendly products.
We also caught up with reigning Miss Earth Belize, Paris Kawich. She noted that the initiative is in alignment with the core values of the pageant, as delegates continue to serve as ambassadors for environmental change.
So we have been working closely with DOE and different organizations that deal with environmental causes. And today we are at Belmopan Market Plaza handing out bags so that we can reduce the use of single-use plastics. So I feel like it's a very important initiative, and it's something that Miss Earth aligns themselves with. I mean, we are trying to become ambassadors for change, environmental change in Belize. So we are excited, and the girls are going to be interacting and getting to know a little bit more about what these organizations do and how we can help.
The Miss Earth Belize pageant takes place tomorrow night at the Belize Civic Center. Summer vacation typically means kicking back for most teens, but for 15-year-old Zara Rodriguez, it became an opportunity to give back to those in her community that are often overlooked. As part of a 10-day passion project through the St. Catherine Academy, Rodriguez dedicated her time to supporting both the staff at the Hope for Life Center and senior citizens through the National Council on Aging. A young entrepreneur, Rodriguez used proceeds from her own business to help fund the project. Having volunteered with Hope for Life since she was a young child, Rodriguez says she saw it fitting to be able to give back to them.
Well, my passion project for my school, it is basically the same thing that I mentioned earlier, it's giving back. So I decided to highlight two groups that I notice usually get overlooked, like elderly women or senior citizens, as well as the staff members at Hope for Life. They're always giving back to people and never really receiving. So I decided that, you know what, this summer I'll give back to them. So for the staff members, the two staff members at Hope for Life, each day, like Monday and Tuesday, I gave them a little spotty So I was able to do their nails or give them a massage, a facial. It all depended on what they wanted. I personalized it for them. And I also gave them a care package, something that they would actually use and it would be helpful for them. I chose Hope for Life because I've been working with them since I was very little. My mom, she helps Hope for Life also. So I was like, I always see them giving back to mothers who really need it, and I never see them receiving anything. So it was really something on my heart to give back to them.
Rodriguez also engaged in digital literacy sessions for senior citizens. She explained that with online scams becoming increasingly frequent, it's imperative to equip the elderly with the basic skills to combat potential threats.
Well, I've been talking to Mrs. Shell from the National Council on Aging, and at first I was wondering what I should do. I was planning to do a spa day for them also, but because most of them, since they're getting older, they have like problems, they can't really do certain things. Mrs. Shell brought up that, you know what, we're focusing on digital literacy, so maybe you should focus on that. Well, they need help with like recognizing scams because that is getting very serious these days. Every day you'll see people trying to warn people about different spams, about scammers, about hackers, about links that are unsafe, and all different sorts of things. And since each day, like the internet keeps getting bigger and bigger and everything is getting more advanced, it's harder for the seniors to really understand it. And if they get help from others, they'll just take it and do it for them instead of showing them how they can do it, so that the next time something similar happens, they'll have it in their head, like, oh, I remember this, and they're able to do it. I'd like to show you guys some of the handouts that I created. So I created this booklet. It has all of the main focuses for the elderly so that they can so if they forget anything that I spoke to them about, they can always just check the booklet. It has many different tips and it reminds them about strong passwords, how to recognize scams, malicious links, all sorts of stuff. And it also helps them even for simple things like WhatsApp. And I also have these different like cards that they can hang on their fridge or just have in a place that they can see it visibly.
And that's the news. Thank you for joining us. From all of us here at PlusTV, we hope you have a good night and a good weekend, and God bless.
Foundations. Your work must be grounded upon solid rock, and so should your faith. Join Pastor Louis Wade Jr. weekly for Foundations Bible Study, where he goes deep into the Word of God with biblical teachings for better